Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining us on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Millbrook, New York. Today it's Millbrook Varsity Lacrosse versus Frederick Gunn in a game where Brooks Van Eck is presenting his CES, and also we honor today's seniors. Adam Beck, how about some game notes for us today?
Yeah, it's going to be a big one for Millbrook here, trying to finish the year with a winning record. Right now 5-6, 2 games left, so if they win the next 2, it's a winning record for the first time in 7 years. Something that you were talking to Coach Morrissey about yesterday.
Yeah.
Something that's driving this team forward with the playoffs out of reach. Millbrook's coming off a 12-1 win at Suffield last Saturday. So that was a big win for them, and hopefully they can keep the ground running. Obviously haven't had a game in a while, but nonetheless, this will be a big one for them today. Frederick Gunn, they're coming off a 9-8 loss to Wilbraham and Munson. For some context, Millbrook lost to them 10-9, so it should be a tight game between these two sides. Also, Frederick Gunn, the scouting report for them, they're small, but they play pretty big, and they're very aggressive. They're overall a good team, and definitely someone that Millbrook can stay with. The guy to watch for them is going to be their captain and long stick midi, Edward Rahill, committed to Cornell, number 20 in white. He'll be a guy to watch out for them today. And then for Millbrook, it's going to come down to, can they get balls in the back of the net? Obviously, no Matt Sardo today, no Alec Enschel, and no Nolan Cadu, all out with injuries. So it's going to come down to Bendale and Ethan Kester to make some magic happen.
And as we get set, Parker Hoffman went early on the draw, so Millbrook would take automatic possession. Rocco Bolin not even having to go to work yet, but he's also a big part of this team today. I talked to Coach Morrissey about him. Obviously, possession's huge, and Parker Hoffman, he's a good fogo, so it's going to be a tough matchup for him today, but Coach Morrissey described Rocco as an athletic fortress, and he said he likes to let Rocco do what he wants, and hopefully he can get a couple possessions for Millbrook today. They work it on the outside with Kessler now, moving it over to the alley here for Copeland DeColius, and back down to the X position for Bendale. Bendale, a big part of the offense for Millbrook today.
Yeah, he's been a powerhouse this year, absolutely electric on the offensive side, for this lacrosse team here.
And Van Eck will go one-on-one here, trying to go to the inside. We'll move it back out to X to Bendale. Bendale one-on-one here. Out to the side for John McLaughlin, and back up top for Ethan Kessler. Kessler with the dodge there on Liebert, and coming around back to the top on the outside with some room here, and he'll take the shot, and he scores! Top corner to get it going for Millbrook here, 1-0.
What an individual effort by Kessler, just staying with the play, finding the hole, and getting away from defenders as he just absolutely slots that one top corner to give Millbrook a 1-0 lead.
And Zach Liebert really gave it up with the dodge there. Kessler with that nice initial bull dodge, and then was able to get around and get some room. So
yeah, he's super elusive in open space, and he's just faster than the deep hole there. And
Rocco gets the clamp. Rocco Bolin with the clamp, not able to get possession cleanly, and so this will start Frederick Gunn. Hoffman will fake the shot, go and shoots off the crossbar, no goal. Ball loose out in front. Sousa trying to get to it. D'Souza not able to get it possession, so Maricol will take over as he goes back into the safety of the X position, hacked a little bit by Ryan D'Souza. In behind, move it up top for an errant pass, but Pizzo there to pick up the loose change and keep Frederick Gunn in the offensive side of things. Pizzo with it now, leaving the layoff pass there for Latch. Latch holding at the top. He's got Mac Elliott one-on-one with him. Mac Elliott, a defensive midi, keeping with him on the dodge. Mac Elliott also committed to play college lacrosse, this time just Division III, going to Swanee as a defensive midi. Freddie Hamilton with pressure there. Move it back up top now for Frederick Gunn. Here's Pizzo with it now. Pizzo one-on-one with Mazzarelli. Move it to the side alley. As his fence comes collapsing in, shot, and a good save made by Declan Allen. Keep the ball out of the net. Goodman not able to get to it, so loose ball. Mazzarelli will pick that up in the alley and try and get a clear going as he moves it back to Declan Allen.
And Declan's going to be a big part of this Millbrook effort today. He's been a really big leader all season so far for this Millbrook team as that goalie number one. So they're going to really need him today if Millbrook wants to win this one.
Yeah, Morrissey described him as a quiet leader, someone you really respect. He's one of those guys that you might describe as talks the least but says the most.
And he's absolutely loved by everyone on the team. Just really a guy that gets people around him.
Yeah. Kessler on the outside, moved to the alley for John McLaughlin. Something interesting about John McLaughlin, I was talking to him the other day. He said, well, I wanted to play golf this year, but my dad, he really wanted me to play lacrosse. And I was like, well, come on, you should just play golf. But then he's like, no, my dad played lacrosse at Notre Dame, so I don't really have a choice as Ben Dale tries to get the cutting Brooks Van Eck there. So a little bit of lineage of lacrosse for John McLaughlin with his dad playing at Notre Dame. Kessler coming in one-on-one here, moved to the alley. John McLaughlin looking for the cutter. Ben Dale with the behind the back. He scores. Make it 2-0 for Millbrook.
Big goal there by Ben Dale. We talked about him in the open, but he is going to be absolutely crucial for the offense today. He's been scoring goals left, right, and center all year long. And
yeah.
He keeps it coming here.
Something awesome about Ben Dale for this program. He's a sophomore. He's going to be with this program for another 2 years after this year.
And he's already got some interest from some high-level D1 colleges. I think Michigan and Villanova too.
So definitely worth the attention. Also, he's been a huge part of the Millbrook offense this year as Rocco Bolin wins that face-off. First clean win of the day for him, so that's big. Millbrook will get possession as Ben Dale with it now at the top near the center circle, getting some substitutions on. Eli Crystal coming into the game. Gavin Marr now with it. He's got Zachary Libert on him, one-on-one. Back up top for Eli Crystal. Something else that you've seen so far in those first 2 goals, like you said, highlighting Kessler to make a lot of big plays, but also a lot of cuts and feeds is what Morrissey wants to play.
Yeah, and Millbrook's going to be very opportunistic on the offensive side, right? They're without some of their better offensive scorers and facilitators like Alec and Nolan. So they're going to have to rely on some fundamental lacrosse, right? Cutting into open space, making the right reads, making crisp passes, and just working the defense down. And that's how they scored twice. On the first one, a little bit more individual effort by Kessler, but the second one definitely that cutting action.
Yeah, cut feed to Ben Dale. Cam Lowe at the top making a pass to Kessler as Kessler will close in one-on-one, looking for a little bit of a dodge to the outside, finding space towards the alley and back down to X with Ben Dale. Ben Dale coming up into the front with a nice dodge going to the crease. Backdoor look for John McLaughlin. He scores. 3-0, 7:08 left to play in the first quarter.
Vision by Ben Dale. McLaughlin just parked himself right outside the crease. And Ben Dale with a little spinorama.
And Frederick Gunn will go timeout. Yeah, huge play. I mean, this is exactly the
clinic.
Yeah, exactly the start they wanted. The ball's barely been in the Millbrook half of things. It's a really good start.
Yeah, no, they're just outplaying them in the offensive zone right there. They're playing fundamental lacrosse, getting the cuts, finding the open space, and making the right passes to set up really good scoring opportunities. And that's why they're up 3-0 with under 5 minutes of being already played.
Yeah. Huge. And also 3 goals, 3 different scores. Not something we see a ton of out here. Obviously with Ben Dale and Ethan Kessler leading the way in scoring for this team. But you get John McLaughlin involved, and hopefully you get a few more of those secondary scores involved today and look to build on this lead. Like we said in the intro, it is Brooks Van Eck's CES Military Appreciation Game. It just adds another level for something these guys to play for.
Yeah, and that's why we're not seeing our, usual just navy blue, dark blue home uniforms, and that's why we've got the
red, white, and blue.
The red, white, and blue numbers on the blue jerseys today.
I think also when one of your guys says, this is important to me, I want to play for this, it's just a big boost for the team all around. We saw it in hockey with Pink the Rink at Allen Cup. Obviously, Millbrook girls sweeping those 2 games. It adds an extra dimension when one of your guys says, this is important to me, let's play for this.
Yeah, definitely get something behind the troops as Millbrook has a 3-0 lead here early in the first quarter.
As we peer across the turf and onto the softball diamond, Millbrook Athletics struggling a little bit over there, down 7-3 to St. Luke's in the 7th inning.
Potential comeback, hopefully. I know that softball's on a little bit of a win streak. I think they've won 5 straight.
Natalia Danliuk hit another home run earlier in that game. And Bolin will come in to take the draw against Hoffman once again. And Hoffman getting the clamp, kicks it out, but that loose ball is picked up by Mazzarelli. Ground ball is a big deal in lacrosse. Once again, it's all about possession.
Oh,
Mazzarelli with on the ground ball trying to take control as play is whistled down. And timeout was taken by Coach Morrissey.
And talking about ground balls, I was talking to the manager before the game for Millbrook, Jivy, who told me that ground balls have really been an issue all season long for this Millbrook team, and that the game would probably end up coming down to who could win those ground balls.
Yeah.
And if Millbrook, they've done a really good job early in this game so far. If they keep that up, that's definitely going to be good for the final outcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Big deal. And we see Mazzarelli grinding on to get those ground balls. Important in all areas. Got to get it clear in the D zone. Got to get possession in the offensive zone. Got to get the transition game moving in the midfield. So important in all areas. It is senior day too. We should note that. A lot of seniors on this team. Gavin Marr, Ryan D'Souza, Jalen Thatcher, Ethan Kessler, Declan Allen, Freddie Hamilton, James Dang, Copeland DeColius, Brooks Van Eck. Who else am I missing? I think
Camlo.
And Camlo, yep. Camlo.
There we go.
Fabrizio Mazzarelli, Mac Elliott.
There's a lot of seniors.
So this is going to be a totally different team next season. But thankful to have those guys on board right now as they play their last two games. Game today, obviously, and then game next Wednesday to finish out the season.
Which is away.
Yeah. Gavin Marr will start the ball. Move it to the alley to DeColius. Muff pass there as pressure is brought on. But Gavin Marr able to recover that ball and move it up top to Kessler and slow things down. Van Eck with it on the outside. He's got Bissett one-on-one. And now McLaughlin in the alley. Back down to the X position for Bendale. DeColius drops low. Using his speed to the outside, get some room up to Gavin Marr. And keep going around for Ethan Kessler. Van Eck with it, now moving to McLaughlin. I know that a lot of the times we'll hear Coach Morrissey yell, yellow, yellow. They like to play with that slower cadence. Right now there's a little bit faster pace, but as Gavin Marr comes in one-on-one, getting to the outside, in towards the crease, and shot goes high and over the bar. I think they're going to play with the faster pace today because they want to keep moving the ball, but a lot of the times Coach Morrissey likes to go yellow with the slow pace.
Yeah, they're going to just be opportunistic, and they're going to take what the defense is giving them.
And in front, DeColius with the roller missing out wide.
That was a really good idea by him, too. Couldn't go high there because the deep hole was right in his face, so went low and just skimmed it wide.
Yeah. Bendale one-on-one against Edward Rahill. Rahill, the captain, going to Cornell, keeping Bendale to the outside, checking him nicely. DeColius muffing another pass, keeping hard on that ground ball, but Rahill will get there first and move it back to his goaltender, Theo Weidinger. Back outside to Rahill. And now coming up through the midfield is Gerald Bissett, getting the transition going, and out wide to Pizzo. Frederick Gunn now on the attack.
This is really their second offensive possession here, 7 minutes into the game, so Millbrook, you talked to Coach Morrissey yesterday, and he said that man defense, they're going to play man, and they're just going to be smart about it.
Yeah. I asked him how Frederick Gunn wants to play. They said similar to Millbrook, keep the ball moving. And so on that, I asked him, what are you going to have the defense look out as Pizzo will get a good look here, but missing the cage out to the right. He said just communication. Make sure the second, thirds, and backdoor slides are on point. But yeah, pretty simple.
And that's what defense comes down to.
Freddie Hamilton on it now. No open look there for Rainville. Outside shot coming in. That's blocked nicely by, I believe, Alex Frazier.
Millbrook's doing a really good job of condensing close to the net, making sure there really isn't any shooting lanes for Frederick Gunn right now.
Pizzo with it on the outside. Move it up top now for Latch. Latch coming in one-on-one against Mac Elliott. Taking a shot. That one goes off the post and out left. Excuse me, right. As ball went out the sideline, the ref is signaling Frederick Gunn ball. That should be a Millbrook ball.
Yeah, that doesn't quite make sense there. But that's the second time Frederick Gunn's gone off the crossbar, or iron, rather.
Yeah, got to stay sharp here. Pizzo from the alley now. He's got Kessler one-on-one. On the outside, Bissett missing a pass to Maricol as that ball will stay in bounds. But Freddie Hamilton is there to try and pick up the ground ball and get it clear. Not able to do that. And Ashforth will move it back to Maricol, keeping the possession alive. Pizzo one-on-one against Ethan Kessler. Ethan Kessler, good job locking him down as Mac Elliott is there on Latch. Latch trying to make something happen. Pass to the outside. Good defense played by Alex Frazier and no real shot coming in. Souza battling for it now. Freddie Hamilton in there on the ground ball. And play is blown dead. Frederick Gunn ball for the push.
Yeah, I think it was just a little too much contact there.
Yeah, you got to watch out not to push through the back. Make sure you're not getting the hands engaged with someone's back. Ashforth moving it outside. Bissett up top now for Latch.
Millbrook's doing a really good job keeping everything on the outside, not really letting anything inside.
Oh, and a good shot there by Latch will find the twine past Declan Allen.
And as soon as I said that, what happens? They get inside of that defense and just rip one past Declan. So there's Frederick Gunn getting one back. There's 3:11 left in the first quarter.
And that's part of the communication Morrissey was talking about. There was no one stepping into the lane there to block the shot. Mac Elliott got beat to the outside. It's going to happen, but nobody was there to help him out. So the Millbrook poles have got to be a little bit sharper on those slides there. And that'll be a Frederick Gunn ball after Rocco Bolin had a clean clamp. I don't know what the referee was signaling for there, but anyway, back to the white offense. Alex Frazier with some good defense. And Maricol with it now. Up top for Mark Pizzo, playing with his brother Michael Pizzo on this team. They also both play varsity hockey. We saw them earlier in the year.
Yeah, there are a lot of hockey players on both teams, really.
And push is called by on Mac Elliott. So it'll stay as a Frederick Gunn ball.
I don't really know if you can clamp someone on the ground like that.
No, I wouldn't say so. Thomas Fahey got flattened, though, by Mac Elliott. Mark Pizzo with it, moving Maricol. Maricol on the outside, looking for the cutter, which was Ashforth, and he'll fire a shot, but a good save made by Declan Allen.
Yeah, Declan really just staying with that one. Good positioning for him, tracking it with his eyes the entire time, and made a nice save there.
Good clearance out to Crystal. Crystal will use his wheels up into the offensive zone, moving to the alley and now back behind the cage. Looking for a pass to DeColius. That's not available as Bendale will be in on the interchange with DeColius and now take over possession. DeColius for Lowe on the outside. Lowe, another hockey player on this Lax team, as you mentioned.
Yeah, Lowe, you got McLaughlin.
Fab, Mac, Mazzarelli, Elliott. D'Souza, Frazier. So
already pretty good chemistry among these players.
It's a pretty close-knit team, too. Spend a lot of time together. Crystal on the outside, moving at the X position for Bendale. Bendale, he's got Ray Hill one-on-one. Crystal setting a little bit of a screen there. Bendale not able to get much room on Ray Hill as he close guards him up top for Van Eck. Van Eck, no shot there. And back out past the restraining line for DeColius. Van Eck looking for Lowe. Lowe fakes the pass out to Bendale. He'll move it there now, though, as Bendale tries to get some speed going against Edward Rayhill, as 52 seconds left in this first quarter of action. Low with it, keep it moving around in a circle as DeColius cuts out. DeColius down, now cutting back to the middle as he moves the ball to Bendale. 35 seconds now. 3-1 is the score if you're just hopping on board. Bendale guarded heavily, backdoor look, blocked shot there. Some good defense being played by Frederick Gunn on the slide to keep that from being another possibly fourth goal.
And once again, great vision by Bendale. I mean, just setting up that play completely. It's an errant pass.
In transition, we'll send D'Souza back the other way as he loses that. Maricol guarded heavily, and a block pass by Hamilton. But then they'll pick up the loose change and score. Andrew Rainville just off the ground ball and into the back of the net. And not how you want to finish with 4.1.
Yeah, that's a massive goal for Frederick Gunn there. Closes the gap to only 1 with a lucky break there, right? They get the ball back in their own end. Arid pass, D'Souza can't corral it. They get the ball back. It's a 2-on-1 and goes right through Declan's legs as he tried to make that save. So tough break there, but Millbrook still with the 1-goal lead. And overall, I really like how they played in the offensive zone.
Bolin going early, so Hoffman will take it in himself as time expires. And that will do it for the first quarter. Millbrook 3, Frederick Gunn 2. Pretty good first quarter from Millbrook. A little bit of a defensive lapse on those last 2 goals. I thought they could have been a little bit better on the ground balls.
Definitely, yeah. I just think that really that last goal from Frederick Gunn, that was just a one gifted to them by just poor Millbrook play. And overall, though, I like what they've done in the offensive end. Bendale really creating for his teammates as well as for himself. Good vision by him. I think he's really been a catalyst for them offensively. And then defensively, I mean, I like how Declan has played too. Made a really nice save earlier. Millbrook's gotten a couple lucky breaks defensively with 2 Frederick Gunn shots going off the iron. So they're going to have to shore up things defensively. They definitely want to keep the lead moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Just get those, be a little bit tighter on the defense, get those ground balls. But not a bad first quarter. I do feel like, though, Rocco Bolin has done a very good job against a good face-off guy in Parker Hoffman.
That's going to be a storyline for the entire day. It's going to be close. Obviously, Rocco committed to UVM, really solid lacrosse school.
Absolutely. They've got a Millbrook alum in Tommy Burke, number 1 face-off guy by percentage in the NCAA.
Yeah, All-American, right?
All-American. Good luck to UVM today as they take on number 1 seed Maryland.
Wow, it's going to be a tough matchup, but yeah. I'm sure Tommy will be out there repping Millbrook well.
Absolutely.
We look over to the softball field. It's been a couple minutes since our last score update. It's now 10-3 to St. Luke's as Millbrook's trying to come back in the 7th, the last inning.
A lot of games going on today of baseball over on the diamond there. Boys Varsity Lax out of town. Boys JV Lax out of town. Girls Varsity Lax playing before this game. They won that game by convincing 14-8, I believe was the final on that one.
Against St. Luke's, too. As,
Yep.
Looks like St. Luke's will come out of here splitting the matchups.
Yeah. In girls athletics. That baseball game against Suffield Academy as we get set for the second quarter of Boys Varsity Lax here. Rocco Bolin back at the dot against Parker Hoffman. Frazier out there as well as Mazzarelli. Bissett and Rayhill will be the middies for Frederick Gunn. Bolin missing on the clamp Hoffman, but Bolin trying to pick up that ground ball. Not a clean win for either guy there as Frazier will take possession and move it in the offensive zone. Frazier moving up top for John McLaughlin as they leave time for Mazzarelli and Boland, and now Frazier to get to the bench and get some substitutions on. Substitution's a huge part of lacrosse. Just got to keep the guys flowing and
keep the energy moving too.
Yeah. DeColius with it on the outside in the alley, looking for a lane of some sort. Finds Marr up top with Van Eck. Van Eck for Kessler now, and Kessler one-on-one here, looking to the inside, using his speed, trying to make something happen against Christian Wood. Van Eck for Marr. Marr for DeColius. DeColius for Bendale. McLaughlin out for Kessler. And keep the circle going.
Yeah, they've got to get something inside the Frederick Gunn defense here. Some sort of action, some sort of cutting action, making that defense uneasy. Right now they're way too comfortable keeping everything on the outside, so Millbrook's got to find a way to get inside there. I'm sure that's exactly what Kessler
will go for the dodge and keep moving around the outside. Dogged there by Wood. No open lane as Wood stayed with Kessler well. Kessler with the bouncer missing over top of the bar. But Millbrook will keep possession as Bendale was there with the stick to touch up. Bendale with it now, looking for a dodge on Rahill, looking on the inside backdoor look for McLaughlin. McLaughlin coming in, shot goes up and over the crossbar once again. It's a little bit of trouble hitting the net here.
Yeah, but that's another good look though. I like the action there. McLaughlin getting into his spot right in front of the net and trying to put one over the goalie
Theo Weidinger.
Backdoor
look for DeColius once again. Bendale will get there. Yes, he will.
I thought they were going to call that the other way.
And they'll keep the possession rolling for Millbrook. Mustangs with some sustained about 2 minutes of pressure to start the second quarter here.
Coach Morrissey telling Bendale to run it up top, trying to facilitate this offense.
Marr now as they do get the ball up top. Van Eck with it, looking inside past the restraining line, looking. Shot goes over the bar once again. McLaughlin will. That was called an errant pass and out of bounds.
Yeah, it's just that final pass that wasn't there for Millbrook on that possession. Just got away from them as they had some good looks, good opportunities, but couldn't put it in the back of the net.
Weidinger looking for the clearance pass. He'll find Latch through midfield and in the offensive attack. With Bissett now to the restraining line. Mac Elliott on him. Shot coming from the outside was Pizzo. That one missed the net.
So we're going to see a better defensive effort here from Millbrook so far. They've given up 2 goals on, I think, either 3 or 4 Frederick Gunn offensive possessions, which is...
I believe 3.
Which is not ideal.
Goodman dogging Rainville there. Rainville's bouncer saved by Declan Allen as he cleans it up in the crease. And he'll retreat behind his net to try and make a clearance pass. It'll bounce past half and right to the stick of Goodman. Goodman, a long pole, got to get back, and he'll shovel it on for Crystal. Crystal with it, going slow. Yellow is called, and they'll slow it down on the offensive attack. Kessler with it now with some space to survey. Kessler not seeing what he wants, telling the guys to keep it moving around, keep it mixing in there. Looking for a cut or a feed possibly as he just saunters over to the X position. He'll go for a fake dodge around the other side, looking outside to the top. Now he'll look inside and a big block there from Christian Wood. William Marich on Kessler's shot. Cam Lowe with it now, dogged by a couple guys. Able to make an outlet pass for DeColius now. And we'll find it back up top for Kessler.
Once again, good action by Millbrook there. Circling the net, trying to create some offense that way. Just once again, couldn't put it in. Good block by the defender.
And a bouncer finds the back of the net for Ethan Kessler, his second of the game. An unsuspecting shot that bounces right past Theo Weidinger will extend the lead to 2.
Yeah, I don't know how well Weidinger saw that. I think there was a little bit of traffic in front of the net. Couldn't quite see it cleanly, but just bounced in for, as you said, unassuming goal.
Yeah. And that'll be Kessler's second of the game. Been a consistent multi-goal scorer for this Millbrook Lax team this season and keeps it going today.
He's going to be a guy severely missed next season.
Yeah, absolutely.
On this team, has been one of the better players over his time here at Millbrook.
Rocco Bolin winning that face-off, not too cleanly, but Mazzarelli will help him out there and get possession for Millbrook. Yeah, Ethan Kessler headed to Gettysburg next year. Play Division III lacrosse there.
I don't think that's the only Millbrook student going Gettysburg for
No,
sports.
no.
Josh Colombo
Yeah.
of the baseball team is also going to Gettysburg as a pitcher. So that Millbrook-Gettysburg connection is going to be big next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking to rep the Mustangs at higher levels. Ethan Kester, though, more of a box lacrosse guy, less of a field lacrosse. Plays a ton of box, played Team USA box lacrosse.
And we've talked to him about that before. Obviously being in his dorms, sitting in the camera, and like, he'll talk to you about box lacrosse for easy 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
He's such a big box lacrosse guy.
Absolutely. And as two hockey fans in us, I love it. A little bit faster pace, higher intensity than field lacrosse. So I love it as a hockey fan. Feels a little bit more like hockey off the ice than anything else. Rainville now, move it back up top. Pizzo with it. Pizzo on the outside from the restraining line will pass to Maricol, who's in the alley looking for the cut feed there. Shot. Good save by Declan right into the mesh of his pocket. With 6:28 left to play in the second quarter. Clearance pass to Kessler, that's broken up by Maricol nicely, and the possession will stay with Frederick Gunn. Ashforth with a shot from just below the restraining line. He'll score with nobody on him to cut the lead to 1.
And that's another Millbrook mistake there. Bad pass by Allen, trying to push the ball a little too far forward, and that's what happens when you have error passes. You make mistakes. You give the ball away in your own end. Frederick Gunn, they're not a bad team, right? They're 10-4 coming into this game.
Yeah.
They're plenty capable enough to make Millbrook cost for those mistakes.
Yeah, nothing Declan Allen's really going to be able to do there. Ashforth had all of the net to look at. No pressure coming from any guy from Millbrook. As Bolin loses the draw to Hoffman, but Hoffman not able to get clean possession as that play is blown dead for a white ball.
Looks
from
like
a push.
Latch was getting into it with Alex Frazier a little bit.
Yeah.
There is they came together and just started,
talking
a little smack.
As a little confusion on the field from Owen Latch. Got to take it from his side of the field as the ref will blow the play alive. Latch will saunter into the offensive zone and move it outside to Rainville. Rainville for Ashforth. James Ashforth with it now behind the net. A lot of cradles. Keep continuing to cradle, and he'll finally move it to Andrew Rainville. Andrew Rainville with it now, looking for a cut across the top of the axis of the field. And he's got Goodman on him. Goodman keeping him to the outside. Shot coming in. He scores from the outside. And getting past Declan Allen to tie this game up at 4 apiece.
Good job by Rainville. Another fantastic snipe there.
Yeah, Goodman just leaving him a little bit too much space, not able just to step behind.
He's able to get away from the pressure and finish it off for the score, as it's now a tie game here, 4-4 in the second quarter after Millbrook led 3-0 in the first.
Bolin will come in to take it once again against Hoffman. Bolin with a nice clean clamp and pop. And the ball will end up in the hands of Ben Dale. It keeps trickling. No, it will not. Into the crease, just to the line, but saved at the last minute by Weidinger.
Yeah, I thought that one was going to trickle in, but big
and
hit
DeColius
there.
with a hit there. Flag is down. I don't know if I agree with that there as DeColius.
That was pretty clean.
And we'll see what the signal is as a couple guys are getting into it there. Holding. Oh, excuse me. Loose ball push is the call from one referee. Another referee threw the flag, and they'll come together for a conversation. Yeah, at half. The Frederick Gunn parents not too happy with the officiating so far today.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of cackling from behind us.
Zebras will have a quick conversation here to figure out what the call on the field should be. I thought DeColius came in there with a clean hit A little bit broadside.
It might have been a little bit blindside.
But it was no stick action, so that would have been a push.
And it wasn't dirty.
No.
It was
definitely a play on the ball.
Yeah, it was definitely going for the ball. I don't really see what the flag is about. We obviously got the push, but
and
sort this out.
Frederick Gunn will go man up. Mazzarelli going to the box. Excuse me, McLaughlin going to the box. So McLaughlin had the initial hit on the ground ball there, so they must have deemed that a cross track. That's why the initial flag was thrown. So McLaughlin will kneel for just a minute, and Frederick Gunn will get their first man-up opportunity of the game. What are you looking for from Millbrook here today in the man-down situation?
Keeping the ball to the outside, being smart, getting sticks in lanes, and just making sure the bodies are in lanes too for some harder passes. That's exactly just like that. Great stick there.
From Goodman, yeah, absolutely. Breaking it up. Got to clear it now.
That's a trip.
And that will be another flag thrown, and Millbrook will go man down for longer as Latch will leave the interchange there. To the outside, Sidlowski. Now for Rainville, back to Sidlowski. Alan Sidlowski moving it up to the top. Keeping it up top. On the outside now for Maricall. Moving the ball well as Frederick Gunn looking to the inside. Bissett, his bouncer, goes errant past the net. Play blown dead as Goodman will take a kneel in the box for a trip.
So we'll see some 6-on-4 action here, but that's what Millbrook.
No, we won't. Or yes, sorry, we will. Excuse me. As they'll bring the extra pole out. Sorry, excuse me. What were you going to say? I cut you off.
No, you're good. But that's been the issue with Millbrook today. I mean, it's the compounding errors.
Yeah.
Right? They try and make a big play, and then they try and do something after that, and then ball ends up going into the Frederick Gunn offensive end, and it's a 2-on-1 opportunity, and it's a goal. Right? On that play, right, you're man down, and then you have a costly tripping penalty when, you weren't going to get the ball anyway. And now you're down 2 men for 11 seconds.
And on the outside, Bissett looking inside. Back door, look off the post. And another flag is thrown as Maricall fires another shot in there.
What was that on?
1 second left on the McLaughlin penalty. There's a flag thrown. They're motioning at, it looks like D'Souza.
So the Frederick Gunn parents are getting their wishes. We've seen 3 flags in the past minute and 10 seconds or so.
As Thatcher will come. So D'Souza will kneel down. I'm not sure what the penalty was there. We never got a signal. Thatcher will come on, so it'll stay 6-on-4, but it'll be now a minute 44 worth of 6-on-4.
Let's go, Jalen!
And Millbrook will run the 4 poles with Brevetti, Frazier, Hamilton, and Thatcher. But yeah, back to the compounding errors. You just add another one on top.
Yeah,
not good.
Just, at this point, it's inexcusable. As I'm sure that's something that Morrissey will not be happy about. But good job.
Shot coming from the outside. Good save by Allen. May have missed that. Maricall winding up again off the top of the bar, and that one deflects out. But anything that doesn't go in is a save for Declan Allen. So good job there by the Millbrook defense.
Yeah, really nice job there by the Millbrook defense. They're getting a little lucky. It's the 3rd time Frederick Gunn's hit the iron so far.
Yeah, but able to close down pretty well as well on those shots. Nothing clean so far.
But Declan made a massive save there early, too.
Low shot, and they get the cutting feed to Bissett, and that'll be 5 for Frederick Gunn.
And that was a long time coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
As Millbrook has lost the lead. They're being originally up 3-0. They're down 5-4 now.
And I hate to say it, but no one to blame but themselves.
Yes, it's really that simple. Just poor defense and costly mistakes and honestly laziness too, and just the game's getting away from her.
Yeah, and so it'll be timeout called. Or no, sorry, substitutions coming on. As Goodman will come back in, Brevetti and Thatcher will go back out. D'Souza back on. As I guess both penalties are washed out off that goal. So different rule than hockey. One would just be washed out in ice hockey, but different in lacrosse. So we're back to even in full strength now, and Millbrook trying to get one back here.
And this is a big face-off here for Rocco. You get Millbrook possession back as he loses
By
it.
Hoffman. Hoffman will make the pass there to the outside shot, taking
Good
Declan Allen
save.
with a good foot save right off the toe.
Keep it up, Dick.
I think
And
one
he's
of the
looked very sharp.
Yeah, I think one of the St. Luke's coaches for softball just tossed that ball back into play.
Ashforth looking on the outside now. Move it back up top for Sadlowski. And now to the other side for Latch. Latch one-on-one with Mac Elliott. Couple stick twirls there, looking to the outside. Elliott staying on him. Good pressure there. Latch looking for a lane pass. And he'll move back up to Pizzo on the outside. Pizzo to the alley. Pizzo for Ashforth. Ashforth to the X position. And a good look there coming as that shot sails over the bar from Sadlowski. Lucky there from Millbrook. Can't keep giving up these open lanes for Frederick Gunn. Pizzo with it now to the outside, dogged there by a couple of Millbrook guys. Mazzarelli staying on him, man defense as we see being played here. Pass to the inside, back to the outside, Latch coming in off the restraining line, met there by Mac Elliott, equally takes a shot.
Good save
by Declan Allen.
Declan doing the splits and the lunges to keep this one close. He's really been the Millbrook defense today.
Yeah, absolutely. They got to wake up on that. Those poles need to wake up. Declan Allen keeping this game alive for Millbrook right now. Maricall inside, just missing to the right of the net. As that trickles back, the outside stick goes flying, no flag down. We continue to play.
I think some of those deep holes wanted a flag.
And take a shot and score. And bad defense, overcommitment, not good slides.
And I think people were complaining. I think some of the polls for Millbrook, I couldn't quite tell who, complaining that there wasn't a call, and then just stopped almost playing, and then once again just compounding errors, compounding mistakes, making a mess of this.
And a flag thrown after the play as it'll be
Frederick has scored 6 of the last 7 goals in this game.
Yeah, that is not how you want to be playing in a lacrosse game right now. Goodman will go to the box to kneel. I'm not sure. We never got a signal on that. That flag was thrown after the play. It will be 1 minute against Goodman, and timeout will be taken. But yeah, like you said, 6 of the last 7 scored by Frederick Gunn.
Halftime cannot come any sooner.
No, got to get, if you're Millbrook, if you can get a goal in these next minute 51, that's pretty much what you're looking for, right? Trying to get the momentum swinging back your way.
The weather's starting to shift here too. Is
wind kicks up, yep.
A little bit of wind and no more sun really, as the clouds have come in.
Yeah.
Hopefully no rain though.
I did not see it in the forecast.
We didn't see any in the forecast.
That would also spoil the bonfire supposed to happen tonight. So yeah, Millbrook not looking too good right now.
They haven't been sharp here. Really started off excellently. I don't think they could have had a better start. And then you just...
And to be honest, this has been the story all year. The offense has been very sharp all year.
It's just in the defense.
And the Poles have not played really up to their potential. A D-corps that's sort of understaffed, I would say. Guys coming in who don't really play lacrosse. D'Souza, one of the top guys, does not play lacrosse, picked it up when he arrived in Millbrook. Frazier, obviously a true D-pole. Hamilton used to be a defensive midi, now a pole. So just,
It's a mismatch back there, and it's obviously being shown time and time again, as Millbrook hasn't had the season that they were hoping for.
High expectations from Coach Morrissey, who is a high-achieving lacrosse player in and of himself, playing for UVA, winning a national championship, wahoo wah, and then going on to play professional lacrosse for the Boston Cannons in the MLL. Anyway, back to action here in Millbrook, New York, as Frederick Gunn leads 6-4 with 1:40 left in the second quarter. of the first half. To the outside, Markall, long shot coming in. Bouncer finds the back of the net, and they'll extend their lead 7-4.
And collapse has ensued here as Millbrook has decided to fall asleep at the wrong time and desperately need to wake up before this gets out of hand.
And Markall not really closed down in that shot at all, just took the shot from probably in between the restraining line and the arc and put it home past Declan Allen. Can't ask for much more as far as Allen is concerned, as Frederick Gunn will stay man up here. Bolin gets the clamp, not able to get the ground ball cleanly. Frazier in there to help him out. He does get the ground ball, as Frederick Gunn will try and collapse on him. Frazier will run it into the offensive zone, though,
Frazier
himself.
getting hacked.
Try and waste some time here. And a timeout is called.
Millbrook parents not happy about the lack of a flag there as Frazier was getting just
Mutilated.
he was getting hacked at.
So Morrissey will call timeout, which will result in Millbrook possession. Try and waste the rest of the 25 seconds on the Greg Goodman 1-minute penalty. And looking to get a goal here before this first half is up.
Yeah, it has been a pretty second quarter. I mean, the first quarter ended poorly. Obviously, Millbrook going into the second up 3-2, and you know, the last 8 goals, 7 of them have been Frederick Gunn goals, and that's not what you want to see in a quarter of lacrosse.
If I'm not mistaken, 7 unanswered.
Yes, I think you're right, actually.
Yeah. Not what you want to see. Poor effort, to be honest with you.
As Kessler had the one to open up the second quarter on the bouncer on Weidinger.
Yeah.
And then since then, it's been all Frederick Gunn as they tied it back up at 4, and then have expanded the lead to 7-4.
1:16 left in this first half. Crystal will come out in place of Frazier. Still man down for another 25 seconds. Goodman still in the box. The ball will start in the alley with Ethan Kessler as he's doubled there. Ethan Kessler using his speed to get away from the double team, coming around the crease, looking in front, trying to get a hand on the bottom of the stick, not able to do so, so he'll continue to run around the zone as he so often does.
I think the strategy here for Millbrook is just give Kessler the ball and let him run for 25 seconds away from defenders.
As ball comes loose there, Kessler picks up the ground ball, dog there, flag coming in for a cross-check against Frederick Gunn, and then the stick is slashed out of the hands. We'll see if we'll get 2 penalties against Frederick Gunn. Looks like just the cross-check will be called.
And that's what Millbrook needed there. They need a little bit of an opportunity here. Up a man now, as we'll see how many seconds.
Back into the game.
There were.
Should be 30 seconds just for the cross-check.
But nonetheless, they'll be up 1.
Timeout called. Try and draw up a play on the offensive side of things for Millbrook. But yeah, good individual effort by Ethan Kessler to draw the penalty.
Just running around the zone for 30 seconds.
Absolutely.
Hey, if that's what's going to kill off the penalty, that's what's going to kill off the penalty.
Whatever works. 51.1 left in this first half, trying to get something going, Millbrook offense. And what I've been surprised by, obviously, we've talked about it a lot. Parker Hoffman, a really good face-off guy, but Rocco Bolin, who I should give more credit to.
He's held his own. He's
absolutely held his own. Getting, I'd say it's been pretty 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, I think Parker Hoffman had a couple clean wins.
Yeah.
But since other than that, I mean, everything's been tied up, and
Rocco's
someone else has had to
of
come in.
Clamps. I think honestly more one apiece on even pops for both guys. And also Declan Allen, been outstanding.
Yeah, no, he's been really good. I mean, without him, this game could be 11-4 right now.
Yeah, no question.
He's made a couple just incredible saves, lunging to the left, lunging to the right, doing the splits.
His toe out, yep. Anything to block the ball.
His
Marr
left
with
pinky
it on the outside. Move to McLaughlin. McLaughlin will fake the shot. Move it back upside to Marr. Marr for Kessler. Kessler for Crystal. Crystal back for Kessler. They'll waste some time here looking for an open lane. Marr, nothing there. Nothing for McLaughlin. Back up to Marr. Marr for Kessler. Eli Crystal now. Marr down low for McLaughlin. Fakes the shot looking backdoor for DeColius. He finds the back of the net. Copeland DeColius, number 22, but it'll be number 5 on the board for Millbrook. 7-5 with just 22.3 left in this game.
Big goal from Millbrook. Finally breaks the goal drought here in the second quarter after Kessler had the first one of the quarter. Copeland has the last one, hopefully, of the quarter. And I mean, Millbrook not wanting to give up another goal.
Hopefully Millbrook the Mustangs can add to their comeback now here. Now just 2 goals.
But that makes Millbrook feel a lot better, right? They just gave up 5 in a quarter.
And Parker Hoffman goes way early on that draw, so instant Millbrook possession. Bendale will take over as Bravetti sprints to the sideline. Just 16 seconds now. Pass is lobbed over to Marr. 12 seconds on the clock. Marr going one-on-one now against Bissett. Now Kessler will find the back of the net. Bottom corner, yes sir! Hat trick for Ethan Kessler and bring the lead to just 1 for Frederick Gunn. That is exactly what Millbrook Mustangs needed here.
Yeah, how about that? Hat trick before halftime. Incredible there as Kessler goes and finds that bottom corner, almost impossible for Weidinger to get. Really excellent goal there as the lead is only 1 for Frederick Gunn. So after the 5 unanswered for Frederick Gunn, Millbrook now is 2 in a row to close the gap to 1.
5.2, so plenty of time for Fogo to secure. Hoffman will win the draw against Boland on the outside. Dog by Mazzarelli, his shot will go wide, and that will take care of the first half. We will join you back in just a little bit for the second half and third quarter action. 7-6 is the score after 1 half. Hello and welcome back to the second half of Boys Varsity Lacrosse vs. Frederick Gunn. If you're just hopping on board this broadcast, it is 7-6 Frederick Gunn, although Millbrook coming back with 2 unanswered goals at the end of that first half to bring the lead back to just 1. Parker Hoffman now taking over possession for Frederick Gunn here. Throwing a couple dodges, but Mazzarelli breaks his stick on the challenge to him.
It almost looks like he did the Jordan shrug after, as that was a
that
ripper.
Is a quick goal by Frederick Gunn, put upstairs and into the into the netting for a 2-goal lead. Alan Sitzlowski there.
Abysmal start there by Millbrook. I mean, it's just really been a defensive struggle today.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I describe it. It's been just an awful defensive effort.
Oh, I totally agree. It's been
too easy for Frederick Gunn. Every time they're in the offensive zone, they're coming up with quality chances.
And this is not a team also that's out of reach of playing defense against. And another shot will come in from Maricall, the bouncer. He scores upstairs over Declan Allen. Once again, you got to be tighter on the slide. You got to be there before he takes the shot.
That's 2 goals in 8 seconds.
Unacceptable. Just 30 seconds in, Frederick Gunn has taken away those 2 Millbrook goals from the end of the first half and widened their lead now 9-6. As we continue to hear the heckling coming from the Frederick Gunn parents to the referees. And Rocco Boland with a nice clamp there. Not able to get the pop cleanly, and Parker Hoffman gets a nice takeover and possession, and flag is thrown there. And
don't know if you can pick up the audio from behind us, but the Frederick Gunn parents not exactly happy.
And as Fraser will go to the box, to kneel for, I believe, 1 minute, and Frederick Gunn will go back to the man up. What's made it so effective for Frederick Gunn on the man up today so far, Beck?
They've just been moving the ball really, really, really well, and especially, with the defensive mishaps time and time again on the defensive end for this Millbrook lacrosse team. I mean, it's been a deadly combo for Frederick Gunn, and they've been, really good snipes too, like some really good shots.
Yeah, definitely a lot of talent here, but I once again, I'll say it again. This team can compete with that. I don't think that
it's not out of reach.
Outplayed because of talent. I think they're being outplayed because of effort and because of IQ and just general communication. Parker Hoffman now with it, looking inside there to Bissett. Bissett not able to corral that, so it bounces out to Marikal. Marikal on the outside, dogged there by D'Souza. Mac Elliott will slide over to try and deal with Latch. Latch on the ground ball. Marikal with a little bit of space coming to the outside, winding up for a shot, moving inside to Bissett. Instead, he's dogged hard, and Declan Allen will collect that little blooper of a shot that ended up amounting to not much.
And I love the swagger by Declan Allen after that, like just staring down the shooter and
Gerald Bissett.
Yeah, Gerald Bissett. Is like, what was that? Like, was that a shot? Were you trying to score right there? So love to see.
Down against Frederick Gunn. That'll wash out. Excuse me, the man-up is over, so Frazier will be back into play, and the Millbrook Mustangs will have a chance man-up.
Millbrook was effective on their first man-up chance with a goal.
Yep.
Hopefully they can get another one here to close the gap to 2, but, just they needed to wake up at halftime. They needed a mental reset, and they did not get that.
Yeah, no. I'm sure Morrissey was screaming at him. He can be an intense guy at times. This is the spot where they need to build from. You kill off one man down, you got a man-up opportunity, you got to score here. Kessler with it now at the restraining line, moving it to Crystal. Bendale down low, back up to Crystal at the restraining line, and up to Kessler up top. On the outside, Van Eck, McLaughlin, just playing the game of catch on the outside for the beginning part of this minute penalty to Sean Hall. And Millbrook missing with the shot, but they'll keep possession as McLaughlin was there first.
I'm sure Kessler would have liked to have that one back. I'm sure second time that one's going in the back of the net.
Yeah. Crystal moving it over to Bendale. Bendale keeping it slow. Back up to Crystal, just playing catch at the moment now. Brooks Van Eck. A little bit of movement from McLaughlin. Van Eck winding up for the shot, going low. Good save made by Theo Weidinger, as he'll look to clear now with just 17 seconds left on the man up for Millbrook. Ray Hill able to get it out and clear. Owen Latch missing his pass, but Gerald Bissett will pick up the loose change and run it down into the alley. Freddie Hamilton not able to stay on him. Gerald Bissett slide coming in from Souza. Shovel pass over to Marikal. Good slide from Frazier. Will keep Frederick Gunn to the outside. Pizzo with it now. Pizzo just playing a little bit of catch on the outside alley with Andrew Rainville. And now Owen Latch. Owen Latch holding up top. Gets some help from Fahey. Fahey moving it to Pizzo. Pizzo down low from Marikal. And now to the exposition with Rainville. Frazier on Marikal. Pizzo's got Thatcher on him. And keep the game of catch moving. Owen Latch missing that pass. Mazzarelli opportunistic as always, trying to get to that ground ball as more Millbrook help comes in from D'Souza. Oh, and a high hit coming in from Hamilton. 2 flags thrown down.
Flags
and
flying
Rainville
everywhere.
Will continue to keep possession. Little screen put in from Fahey. Frazier on the outside. Stop and start move from Rainville. And Frederick Gunn will keep the offensive rolling here with Pizzo cutting to the inside, moving it to the X position there for Latch. Latch shielding off D'Souza on the inside. Looking to make something happen, not able to do so. Another flag is thrown. And
he got hit in the back of the head as he went lunging there. So
Millbrook will be down 2 men now. Freddie Hamilton on the initial play will go into the box.
And that's kind of been the problem for Millbrook. I mean, the defensive mishaps time and time again, but that time, I mean, Freddie Hamilton just got put somewhere, and it wasn't in the right spot. He just lost track of his man, and his man was able to get by him and have a really good opportunity, and that's why there's a penalty.
Yep. So Hamilton will kneel, as will... I could have sworn... I thought D'Souza was getting the second flag on that play. I guess not. Yes, D'Souza will come off to kneel in the box. So it'd be 6-on-4 for Frederick Gunn in the offensive side of things. So 1 minute total of time for Millbrook to kill off here. Frederick Gunn man up. Man up that has been fairly effective all day, just picking apart the Millbrook D. And once again, it comes down to discipline. It
really does. It comes down to communication, something that we talked about in the open of Coach Morrissey really wanting to emphasize.
I call inside, shot missing there from Sidlowski. As Declan Allen will get to the ball first and beat out James Ashforth. That's big. Hopefully they can get it clear and get into the offensive zone to waste some time. But yeah, like you were saying, it's all about discipline at the end of the day. Got to be more disciplined in the defensive end. Jalen Thatcher trying to clear all by himself, running up, and he makes a nice move there and keeps going. Thatcher losing the ball now by a nice check there by a running back, Christian Wood. But now on the offense is Maricall moving back toward. Good save by Declan Allen.
Job.
Stretch out, jump up, and make the save at the crossbar. Rainville now, errant pass for Pizzo, not quite to the line, and that will be taken over there by Parker Hoffman, the Fogo.
And
Pizzo now
back to even.
Back to even here, and a shot comes in there from Ashforth. Will find the low corner past Declan Allen.
And that's tough. Millbrook has started letting this one slip away. It's now a 4-goal deficit. And they were in this game. They came out really strong in the first quarter. Up 3-0 at one point. Now it's 10-6. It's all about how can you come back? How can you rally? They're going to have to put stops together. They're going to have to tighten things up defensively. But more importantly, they're going to have to just put balls in the back of the net. And they haven't done a bad job of that today. But they're going to need a couple more to inch closer as the lead for Frederick Gunn is 4.
Yeah, no, plenty of time left. 6:37 left in this third quarter. And then obviously another 12 minutes of fourth quarter as Parker Hoffman gets a clean pop and win there, takes a shot, and Declan Allen coming up with another nice save to keep that one from becoming a 5-goal lead, excuse me.
Declan's played really well too.
Yeah,
I mean, you see 10 goals for Frederick and you're like, wow, it must be a tough day in net for him, but he has made this a somewhat close game.
Yeah.
Without him, this game is out of hand. It's 15-6.
Yeah. No, absolutely. He keeps bailing out the Millbrook long poles on multiple occasions.
But he can't do it forever.
No, and there's some things like those backdoor looks we've seen a lot of today. You have to have the slide there, otherwise there's no way he's going to make a save. Anyway, Owen Latch with it now coming in off the restraining line, 1-on-1 against Mac Elliott. Mac Elliott doing a good job keeping him to the outside. And he'll have to look for some help from Pizzo. Maricall not able to corral that pass. Souza in there to win that ground ball and takes possession over, looking to clear as he throws a long ball downfield, looking for DeColius, but that ends up next to Theo Weidinger. Battling for it there is DeColius, coming in to help Ben Dale, but that's cleaned up there by Thomas Fahey instead, who at the line is not pushed out of bounds, but he does end up stepping out.
I thought he was able to stay in bounds. Clearly the ref disagreed. He probably had a little bit of a better view than me.
A little bit of a miscue by Mac Elliott. You don't see him miss those trucking opportunities too often.
No. But I thought that long ball by D'Souza was about to go in and just bounce up in the net.
Yeah. No, me too. Mazzarelli losing possession of the ball, not able to get it clear. Those are the mistakes that hurt you. Another flag coming down from Hamilton against Hamilton that will send Millbrook back to man down.
And once again, it's the miscues and the mishaps piled up on top of each other that are giving Frederick Gunn these golden opportunities. And with enough time, they're not gonna mess them up.
No. Luckily, this one is only a one-man down situation instead of a two-man down situation, but still some work left.
10 minutes.
All right, next goal, or next big stoppage. And conversation from the sideline, Morrissey having with the ref. As we look to get ready and set here. Sadlowski with it now. Moving for Rainville. Rainville down low to the X position. Bassett back to Rainville, just keeping it on the outside. Casual for Frederick Gunn. Parker Hoffman, fake pass there from Sadlowski. Inside feed to Sadlowski, and his shot goes high and over as he was trucked. And Bassett will take over now for Rainville. Rainville up top. And now it's Hoffman. Hoffman, interesting to see Parker Hoffman. The Fogo cuts inside and he scores. Parker Hoffman, the Fogo, just as I said his name.
And that was a layup for Frederick Gunn. Just, you got a man cutting right through the middle of the defense. Easy pass without really any bodies in that lane. And just pick it. That's all that was.
And
just disappointing at this point.
Yeah, it's demoralizing to watch a team that should be competing with a Frederick Gunn team. These are two similar schools, similar in size, similar in athletic program stature, I would say. I think that's fair to say. We are better in some sports, they're better in others.
But overall, pretty even.
But pretty even, and two lacrosse programs pretty similar. You know, they've got some high-end commits in Edward Ray Hill, obviously going to Cornell. So do we. We've got Division I guys like Rocco Bolin. But yeah, I mean, this should be much more of a competition than it is right now. And Blake Maricall shifty there,
and that's
able
been
to keep possession.
That's kind of been what it's been in the second half so far, with the Frederick Gunn.
Owen Latch falling to the ground there, ground ball picked up by Gerald Bassett. Gerald Bassett now behind the cage, fishing for Rainville. Thatcher on him. And they'll go slow here as Rocco Bolin and Parker Hoffman are finally able to get off. Heavy defense being played by Mazzarelli on Sadlowski. Outside for Maricall. Back to Sadlowski and up top now for Owen Latch. 3:41 left in the third quarter. Down by 5, 11-6 the lead for Frederick Gunn. And going real slow here as Thomas Fahey has possession. Thomas Fahey coming in off the restraining line, feeding for Maricall on the outside, looking for the cut to Bassett. So he had a nice play to the inside, but not a crisp pass. And a ground ball, won well by Mazzarelli. And Millbrook finally able to take over on offense here and hopefully get something going here as John McLaughlin will slow it down and opt for the alley side. Eli Crystal now up top and Gavin Moore. And this has been the stronger side of Millbrook's game so far today. They need to capitalize on this opportunity.
Yeah, they've got to feed Kessler and Bendale on the cuts and get either McLaughlin or Copeland DeColius to kind of just sit outside the crease or cut through the middle of the defenses. You'll see that's going to be the idea
and
here.
Bendale's shot blocked and goes errantly wide. But a good look nonetheless, but better defense being played. Ball held here by Millbrook. Eli Crystal now dishing for Gavin Marr up top. And now Ethan Kester with the ball in his hands. Ethan Kester, 3 goals so far today, looking to add to that as he goes for the dodge around Christian Wood. Shot goes top corner, far side. How about it, Ethan Kessler? 11-7 now.
A snipe. Weidinger should have had that. And if I'm being completely honest, I thought Weidinger did have that.
What a shot.
But that was just upper echelon, top corner. I don't think you can get more top corner than
Parker
that.
Hoffman taking over control at the faceoff dot. Shot coming in from Rainville that goes wide. And once again, James Ashforth towing it on the back end, but beats Declan Allen. Or he does not, actually. as we continue to hear the obnoxious Frederick Gunn parent Ashforth hits the turf once again. He put himself on skates. But Eli Crystal using some speed to the outside, get into the offensive zone. 11-7, 4 goals is the deficit with 1:51 left in the third quarter. Copeland to Coleus, now outside for Bendale. Seems like they're playing with a little bit more pace here.
Yeah, they're going to be pressed for time. I mean, 4 goals, they've got about 13 minutes of game left.
Plenty of time if they can,
so, yeah,
if they can take care of the ball.
Yeah, there's definitely some time left, but they're still down 4, and there's definitely some sense of urgency now. Which is good to see, because if there's no sense of urgency, then nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, what are you doing? But it also shows the competitiveness of this team. 5 goals, it can be demoralizing, but they're not out of it. Just got to stay competitive.
It's a good idea by Kessler to try and find Bendale in the cut, but it just wasn't executed as well as he would have liked.
And Edward Rayhill, the Cornell commit, will dish back for Theo Weidinger. Theo Weidinger will go upfield with the clearance attempt to Owen Latch, who's dogged by Alex Frazier, and a really good check to the hands by Frazier will knock that ball free and get Kessler possession once again. Oh, and a nice pass look from DeColius will send Bendale running to the line, who shovels it back. Edward Rayhill beats him back to that ground ball, though, and Rayhill looks like he'll run this out by himself and run the clear himself. Now dishing outside for Pizzo, down low for Maricall. And once again, Millbrook is back on the defensive side of things. So an unfortunate turn of events with an errant pass to DeColius, who wasn't able to corral it.
I think he was just trying to push the play a little too far.
Yeah.
A little too fast, and that's why things got out of hand.
Pizzo on the outside taking a shot. Good save by Declan Allen as he went to the ground to kneel down and make that save.
And Declan's been really good with the low balls today, and that's something that goalies typically struggle with because it's hard to get down there.
And a shot coming from Owen Latch, got to hit the net, missing out to the right. But man, that was a screamer.
Yeah, he just tried to rip that one as hard as he could, and obviously the accuracy wasn't quite there.
2.9 left, as this will be chucked downfield by Mac Elliott, and that will retire the third quarter. So Millbrook down 4, 11-7 with 12 minutes of fourth quarter left to play, trying to make it happen on a Saturday afternoon on Senior Day. Adam Beck, what did you like? What didn't you like?
Well, I didn't like the defensive game from Millbrook. I mean, they're getting simply runarounds. Like, the deep holes are just being, outran. Like, that's what's happening.
They're being outplayed, yeah.
They're being outplayed, and more importantly, the cuts right through the middle of the defense. I mean, that was just an absolutely the easiest goal that Frederick Gunn has scored all day. Other than when Millbrook, turned it over and literally just gave Frederick Gunn 2 goals.
It gave James Ashford that open lane.
The cuts have been there for Frederick Gunn, and Millbrook has not been putting bodies in front of the play defensively, and that's really what it comes down to. Offensively, though, I would have liked to see a little bit more, action from Bendale. He's been a little bit quiet in that third quarter after having a really good opening quarter. So I'd like to see a little bit more from him. But, Millbrook's just got to get back to fundamentals here. They've got to make the right reads, make the right passes, and make sure they're playing crisp. And they can't be giving up any goals, really. It's gonna be a lot. Even if they give up 2 goals, that means they'd have to score 6 to tie it, which I don't really know if I see happening. But they've got a lot of firepower on the offensive side. Look for Kessler, look for Bendale. And Copeland DeColius, who had a goal earlier today, too. As well as Johnny McLaughlin, to park in front of the net to try and get some back for this Millbrook team.
And we talk about the ongoing storyline between Bolin and Hoffman. It seems like Hoffman's got the edge right now. He's won a couple draws in a row cleanly.
Yeah, he's got 3 or 4 in a row pretty cleanly. And, that's definitely a thing for Rocco. If Millbrook wants to come back, Rocco's going to have to win those face-offs and win those draws to regain possession, as it is now really raining, but not over here for some reason.
Oh, it'll be here in a minute. Don't you worry.
And here it is.
Hopefully just a quick sun shower here as we try and protect the camera. You want to hand me my hat? As the rain will let up, hopefully in just a couple
Very
seconds.
quick shower, hopefully, as everyone goes scurrying into.
As we get set for fourth quarter action, and that seems to be all the rain wanted to give us. That was about 10 seconds of it. Not too bad. No reason to run away. We've got some fourth quarter lacrosse to play here. Parker Hoffman taking over. And that goes out of bounds, and it should be a Millbrook ball. Millbrook looking to make something happen here. Looking to start the clear here with Greg Goodman. Finding a good pass that Crystal was not able to corral it, but he grabs it off the bounce instead, and a run down the alley to get the offensive play moving. 11:33 left in the fourth quarter. 4 goals is the deficit for Millbrook, trying to wipe away, at least tie this game up, if not take the lead in this fourth quarter.
But they've got a good start, right? Started off with some possession in the offensive zone. This is exactly what we want to see. They just got to put one in the back of the net here, and they'll definitely be feeling good about themselves.
Yeah, got to get a quick goal here, set the tone for this fourth quarter, and get the offensive engine humming. Kessler holding now at the X position behind the cage as Ben Dale comes in, trotting in to help him out. Outside shot taken from DeColius, bouncer, and Weidinger will pick that up and start the clearance here. Edward Rahill with it now. McLaughlin hard on him, trying to make something happen. Edward Rahill will dish it back to Weidinger. Weidinger looking to start the clear. And he will find Rainville, not quite, as that goes out of bounds. Lucky break for Millbrook there. As Greg Goodman will once again try and start a clear, looking up field for a pass, finds Alex Frazier, who will come into the offensive zone as the long stick midi. Dishing outside for Gavin Marr as he drives to the crease, held up there as a sliding Christian Wood comes on him. John McLaughlin for Ethan Kessler. And Eli Crystal trotting back onto the field from the sideline with 10-12 left in the fourth quarter. 11-7 is your score up. Frederick Gunn up. Ben Dale driving to the middle, trying to make something happen from behind the crease. Couple dodges. Fires a shot that goes wide, and that'll stay as a Millbrook ball. A good effort from Eli Crystal to get there first.
Rain starting to come back down as Kessler with possession.
9:50 left in this fourth quarter. As Kessler will go one-on-one here against Sadlowski, trying to roll a dodge. Comes to the outside, winds up for a shot, gets some more space. Goes offhand, and he scores on the offhand. Number 5 of the day for Ethan Kessler.
He's going to have
make it 8-11.
He's going to have to start using the other hand to start counting his goals. That's a textbook start from Millbrook, exactly what they needed to start this fourth quarter. As Frederick Gunn huddling to try and regain their cool and composure, as Millbrook has put one back to make it a 3-goal deficit now, and get some more stops, get some more possession. This could be a 2-goal, 1-goal, and hopefully tied game.
Can't get complacent. Got to be as hungry as you were before you scored that goal.
The mist is starting to come down as the water is trickling over us.
You should never write poetry.
I should really not write poetry.
Rocco Boland with the clean win on the faceoff as he charges in here. Down low, taking a shot that's blocked there off the bounce, so it'll be corralled by John McLaughlin as we get some substitutions. Rocco Boland and Fabrizio Mazzarelli will run off, as well as Parker Hoffman. Get some substitutions on. Get the attack back out there with Brooks Van Eck. For Gavin Marr, Brooks Van Eck and Gavin Marr, 2 4-year seniors on this team, as well as Ethan Kessler, huge parts of this Millbrook lacrosse program for 4 years now. As we see them playing the up top position so far today. Gavin Marr riding the stick to the outside, cutting to the crease, finds the inside, he scores! What a nifty play to shovel it home down low and make it just a 2-goal lead. No goal. Celebrating, but it's called no goal. I guess Weidinger made a miraculous save, so props to him there to snuff out Marr.
Wow, I thought that one was in.
So did I.
Good
pressure
job.
from John McLaughlin. That's picked up one-on-one. Gutolius scores. Make it 2. The lead just 2 now. How about it, Copeland Gutolius? 2 goals on his senior night.
I told you he had one in the bag. I called it before the fourth quarter started, and there we go. He started one earlier at the end of the second. He had one then, and now he puts another one home. Makes it a 2-goal cushion. Now just two. Excuse me. Only a 2-goal cushion for Frederick Gunn. Dream start from Millbrook here in the fourth quarter. They finally woken up, but can they keep it going? Rocco, big face-off here.
Keep the foot to the gas. Parker Hoffman winning this draw. And the defense has got to collapse here. Errant pass as James Ashford not able to get to that ball. James Ashworth not the fastest guy on the field here. And Fabrizio Mazzarelli will take over from back here with 8.5 left in this fourth quarter. 11-9 is the score. Got to keep the foot on the gas pedal here if you're Millbrook.
And now you can really start to feel the tide turning as Kessler able to get into the offensive zone.
Motoring past the restraining line, looking like he might go straight to goal, but he'll hold up in the alley instead as the rain starts to let up here. Eli Crystal up top at the center circle, just below the M. And Gavin Moore with it now with 8:05 left to play in the fourth quarter. Copeland DeColius on the outside, now to the X position with Ben Dale. Ben Dale looking for a look, back to DeColius in the alley. DeColius will send it back up top to Marr. Crystal at the top. McLaughlin, sort of a different look, playing Kessler low, Crystal high, McLaughlin in the alley side of things. Hopefully looking for a one-on-one dodge play as we see Kessler go to the paint here, and a flag is thrown. So Millbrook will go man up as it was Gerald Bissett just taking the legs away from Ethan Kessler as he drove right to the crease. So Millbrook with a big chance, man up with 7.5 left to play in the fourth quarter. The lead now just 2 for Frederick Gunn.
And this is where you need Kessler to keep having the day he's having. He's got 5 already. And you need Ben Dale to get involved. Ben Dale has not been involved really in this second half offensively.
Props to Frederick Gunn. They've locked him down, putting Edward Rahill, the Cornell commit, on him all day, just locking him up. It's been a good matchup, but so far Rahill's been winning that, I would say, limiting Ben Dale to just 1 goal.
This is where you got to get him involved.
But he'll fake it and go to Kessler. Kessler will fake the shot and go to Crystal. Keeping it on the outside, Crystal to Dale and back to Crystal. Crystal up top to Kessler. Keeping the ball slow. No open lanes yet as they figure out what they want to do here. Kessler back for Crystal. Crystal to Dale. Ben Dale as we get some movement as Ben Dale will come to the top, moving it to Crystal at the top of the restraining line. Gavin Marr winding up. No shot there as an errant pass. And that's big issues. Gotta have those.
Yeah, that's just a mental mistake. Not even a terrible pass. Just Ben Dale just missed it.
Yeah.
That's really that simple. It comes down to that uncharacteristic mistake by him.
And you got to bring the heavy man pressures. You hear Coach McKenzie yelling that from the sideline as Weidinger starts to come out a little bit. Check there by Ben Dale. Weidinger, a big guy, as he lobs that one forward towards Maricol. Maricol able to catch that as it parachuted out of the sky. D'Souza on him tight. 5 seconds left in the penalty to Liam Koval as he's set free from the box. As Frederick Gunn is able to kill that off, that's big for them. Now just 6.5 left in this fourth quarter, 11-9, 2-goal lead. Looking to add to it here with this offensive zone possession is Frederick Gunn.
You need to stop here for Millbrook. Absolutely crucial here.
Yep.
You need to have a stop.
Goodman one-on-one against Rainville. Rainville getting some space on the outside, opting not to drive to the middle. He'll dish it back up top for Szydlowski. Szydlowski to the alley for Bissett. Sliding over is Sousa to cover Bissett as Bissett trots around the back of the net. Sousa still man-on-man with him, one-on-one. Up top for Owen Latch, and now Andrew Rainville as Frederick Gunn tries to kill some time here. A dodge from Rainville and a shot coming in, and they score. Getting past Declan Allen on the left side will extend this lead back to 3.
And that's more of the same there. Once again, Frederick Gunn just making the deep holes look silly for Millbrook.
Yeah.
Just completely crossing up. I think that was Gray.
I believe that was Greg Goodman.
Just absolutely just getting past him, crossing him up, making him look silly, and then putting one past Declan Allen. I mean, Declan Allen's played well today. Like, he really has.
Yeah.
And he's kept them in this game, but once again, you can't just make every save.
No. Got to be better communicatively on the D side of things. Just got to play better.
Big face-off here.
Rocco Bolin gets the clamp, not able to get possession, though, as Parker Hoffman is nasty at disrupting any clamp that's taken.
Yeah, he's been really good there.
Christian Wood not able to corral that, but it ends up in the hands of Blake Maricol. Blake Maricol dishing for Gerald Bissett. Gerald Bissett on the outside now. We'll find Rainville in the opposite alley, and he'll shovel it low for Pizzo. Pizzo up top, 5:11 left in this fourth quarter as they bring one-on-one man coverage here, but getting away is Sizlowski as he puts another one in the back of the net to make it 13-9.
So after Millbrook had 2 goals to close the gap to 2, Frederick Gunn answers back with 2 of their own, and now it's back to 4 with only 5 and change left in this fourth quarter of action. Tough stuff. Couldn't get the defensive stops, and now they're back down 4. Rock is going to need to win this faceoff here if Millbrook
game
wants a chance.
Not out of reach if they get a quick goal. Just 4 goals, 5 minutes. Definitely time, but you got to be pretty much flawless if you're Millbrook. Good start. Rocco winning the faceoff. Shovels it back to Mazzarelli. Mazzarelli with a couple slashes taken from Wood. As he goes one-on-one against Wood, that ball is slashed out. Bolin will come in to try and help him. Ground ball. Still loose. Goes to the sideline. Not picked up yet, and that is finally corralled there by William Marich and sent back to Weidinger. And just 4:41 left. Heavy pressure coming here from DeColius. Ground ball picked up there. That is definitely a hold as the flag will finally be thrown by the official and touched up by Marich, sending Millbrook to the man up. This is a massive man up. Got to score quickly here.
And look for Kessler here, right? 5 goals already today of Millbrook's 9. Also DeColius 2. He is 2. You just got to get something on net here and got to get a good look.
Yeah. Timeout taken by Coach Morrissey of the Millbrook Mustangs. Drop the play. Just 30 seconds is the penalty, so not a lot of time man up, but also not a lot of time left in the game. Got to get something quickly. So 4:26 left in the fourth quarter as Fahey will sit for 30 seconds. And if you were to call the play here, I know you're not totally a lacrosse guy, but what's the play call here for you?
I want the ball in the hands of Kessler, and I need him to just make some magic happen. Run around, find an open lane. If someone cuts through, if that's DeColius sitting outside the crease or McLaughlin sitting outside the crease, find that pass. But if not, just take one himself, because Kessler's been the offense today. He's been the engine for Millbrook. So give him the ball. At times of need, put the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Kessler's the best playmaker right now on this team.
No, absolutely.
And that's what's going to have to happen if Millbrook wants to try and close this gap to 3, hopefully in the next 30 or so seconds.
I don't like to be the guy who says, what if? Although I do feel that missing Enschel, Sardo, and Cadu is a big loss for this team.
I do agree with you. I think Sardo and Enschel are massive in the midfield. Both of them are midfielders. I mean,
and Cadu is sniper.
And then Cadu is just a goal scorer. I mean, that's what he is.
Yep.
I think that the way Enschel plays lacrosse, he's just such a great facilitator, and he would have added so much offensively. But at the end of the day, I think the magnitude of the problems for this Millbrook team have been defensively, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how much guys like Sardo, Enschel, and obviously Cadu wouldn't really add anything defensively, would play a part.
Shot
in that
coming in
role.
from Crystals. That one sails over the crossbar. 10 seconds. 4:05 left in this quarter, in the fourth quarter. Just 10 seconds left on the man up. As clock is now rolling, moved to the outside. Bendale looking for something. Got to keep it going with pace here. Bendale looking for anything as man is released from the box. Now back to even strength. McLaughlin, no look there. Marr, nothing at the restraining line. Looking inside for Kessler. Marr, not a lot of time, but they're taking their time now as Bendale starts the trot, gets his legs moving. A little bit of a skip step, going to the inside. He's one-on-one there against Edward Rahill. Looking to make something happen. Bendale, one-on-one with Rahill. Move it to the X position for McLaughlin. Cutting to Coleus, no angle there as he ran out of real estate. McLaughlin with it, three and change left in the fourth quarter. Bendale now at the X position, once again one-on-one. Edward Rahill, it's been a matchup all day that Edward Rahill has been winning. And a slash a little bit to the cage, no flag there. And Bendale not able to get something happen there. Ethan Kessler up top as Millbrook starts to condense on the crease. Still nothing available. Frederick Gunn keeping a good, solid D foundation as Kessler will find some space here. Take a shot. Oh, and a good save by Weidinger to keep that free. Kessler crease diving, nothing home. And the play is blown dead as Kessler stepped in the crease. And that will send the ball back the other way for Frederick Gunn. 2:44, down by 4, 13-9.
And at this
chances
point,
becoming slimmer and slimmer.
At this point, nothing but a miracle will probably end up saving Millbrook. But hey, that could be the miracle there.
Oh, and not good. Copeland DeColius missing the ground ball that he needed as Pizzo will come flying in the other way. Michael Pizzo with it. Dishing up top for Gerald Bassett. Gerald Bassett now just will waste some time with 2:20 left in this fourth quarter. 13-9. Frederick Gunn into the alley now for Owen Latch. Mac Elliott on him. Owen Latch trying to make something happen one-on-one against Mac Elliott. In around the bottom of the crease. Trying to come to the outside. The cutting Bassett. Nothing available is there as the ball will roll close, but not quite to half. Out of reach of Bendale. Michael Pizzo flag will be down against Nico Bravetti for the slash to the head. Pizzo charging in. Another good save by Declan Allen.
Really good save by Declan. And then those are the saves he's had all day. But it comes back to the matchups that we've talked about. And Hoffman versus Boland. I think Hoffman's probably got the edge on that. But more importantly, Bendale versus the Cornell commit himself.
Edward Rahill.
Rahill, and Rahill's owned that. So, you know, it's been tough sledding here in the last 3 quarters or so for this Millbrook team after originally being up 3-0 as we made pretty clear. Now down 13-9 and a man down too.
I believe they're also going to actually go 2 men down as 2 flags were thrown, one thrown late as Mazzarelli was jawing at the official. That might be why he's taking a kneel in the penalty box. And so it'll be a minute penalty to Bravetti for the slash, or excuse me, the cross check. And then another minute penalty to DeColius is what's on the board. So, excuse me, Mazzarelli did not go to the box. He was not jawing the official. That's my fault. But Millbrook is 2 men down, and Frederick Gunn up by 4 with just under 2 minutes left to play. Will probably take care of the end of this game and send Frederick Gunn home victorious. As they're just keeping it to the outside. Can't afford to go man-on-man here if you're Millbrook 4-on-6, but disappointing loss.
Yeah, really, just that's what it comes down to. I think that Frederick Gunn won the key matchups right in the face-off, and Bendale versus the Cornell commit himself, Andrew Rahill. Those storylines, Frederick Gunn won those. And then more importantly, the defensive struggles that Millbrook had, the inability to really get the stops they needed other than Declan having a fantastic game. And you see 13 goals for Frederick Gunn, and you're like, goalie must have had a bad day, but you know, Allen has played really well. I mean, Declan has played really well.
Yeah, he got no help as the man up will expire. And Millbrook will bring the hard man pressure here for the last 41 seconds. Blake Markall just in the alley, keeping it down to the X position. But yeah, no, Declan Allen, as they bring the double team, Declan Allen out of the crease to help with the double team. But yeah, Declan Allen and Ethan Kessler, those I'd say are the two highlights for the Millbrook team. Maybe Alex Frazier had a decent day at the LSM position. Couple nice checks, but
just a really tough day for the deep holes.
Yeah, and the defensive middies as well.
And also Copeland too had a really nice game.
Absolutely,
with 2 goals.
yep, completely. 2 goals for Copeland DeColius. And that will take care of that. And 13-9 is your final. Frederick Gunn taking down the Millbrook Mustangs on Saturday afternoon. We'll see you next time. As always, I'm Charlie K, joined by Adam Beck. Adam Beck, your last commentary game ever as a Millbrook Mustang.
Potentially the last one. Probably.
It's
There might be.
If there's not another one, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, everybody, and that's it.